Hey, I'm Chris. I live in Las Vegas and I love Keytars. And I know I haven't been around for a minute and I just wanted to catch you up on me and my channel. Not too long ago, I went on vacation. And right after I got back from vacation, I caught COVID. So not only was I out for a week, I was out for 2 weeks because I had to stay home for an extra week because I came home with COVID because I went traveling. After that, I had to go back to work. So you know how you have that good week or two where you have to like get back into work. And now the holidays hit. So you can tell I've been very, very busy and I'm just still happy to do this video. You might be wondering why I'm dressed like it's Christmas. It might not be quite Christmas yet, but it's Christmas for me. We happen to be renovating our house, and I have to clean my studio because not only are we doing our floors, we are redoing our paint. I am slowly taking down everything in my studio so we could redo it, and I decided to change the organization in here. And because I'm feeling in a Christmassy spirit and I'm spending a little bit, I thought I would finish off one of my joyous collections and buy myself the last Volca that I've been waiting for. Mostly all the stuff that I feature on my channel are Keytars because I really, really love Keytars. But you notice that there's different kinds of Keytars out there. Some Keytars make their own sounds and have synthesizers already built in. Some Keytars are just sound modules, and sound modules is how I found my way into the world of Volcas. So today, I'm doing an unboxing of my Volca Modular, and I'm gonna show you some weird stuff that I'm doing in my studio. Hopefully, it will be finished in a week or so. First of all, let's look at my studio. Before, all of my Keytars were in, I basically wanted them to be on every wall in this room, but because I have to move them all out for the paint, I decided to put them all on one side of the room just so I could easily move them in and out. So none of these are connected right now, but you can easily see all my Keytars are on one side of the room. And I decided to, hey, maybe I will keep that look because it looks kind of cool. Also, I put my piano in the center of the room just so I could play that and that both at the same time, all Alicia Keys style. So I'm working on that. Also, I could always record something off of the piano and then grab any Keytar I want off of the wall to accompany whatever I've recorded. For the other side of the studio, imagine if you would, this entire wall covered in floating shelves, and each and every one of the floating shelves is going to be either different synthesizers, synth modules, or sequencers. Speaking of synth modules and sequencers, the whole point of my the Volcas. Now, these Volcas are not hooked up right now. I've got every Volca or every original Volca, and I am going to put them all together. And again, when I have all of my floating shelves like attached to the walls, like let's say this one floating shelf will all be Volcas, probably the next floating shelf will be speakers or the mix, and so on and so forth all the way up. So, Volcas. I've got the original Volcas. This is the, let's see, what is this? This is the bass. This is the keys. This is the Volca Beats. They later came out with this Volca Mix, so you could hook up all your Volcas like a mixing board. Of course, this is the Volca FM. Let's see. Later, they came up with a whole bunch of percussion Volcas and bass Volcas. So what is this? This is the Volca New Bass. And this is the Volca Drum. This is the Volca Kick. I've got yet another bass, but my happiness comes from... Oh, we also have a Volca sample. This is the OK Volca sample, but I also have the original Volca sample. Now, what is the cool thing? What is the cool thing about all these cool little boxes? Okay, so originally, when I got into Keytars, like I said, some Keytars have a built-in synthesizer inside. Some do not. Some are just a MIDI controller that you have to either plug in to a keyboard. Like, let's say you had a favorite keyboard in the 80s. You had a DX7, but you can't run around on stage with the DX7. So you would plug in maybe a Yamaha KX1 or a Yamaha KX5 into your DX7 and then run around on stage playing synthesizer. So, I didn't want to fill up my studio with a whole bunch of old school keyboards. Rather, I wanted my studio to be Keytar exclusively. I do have a keyboard that I really, really love. I have my Yamaha Stage, but again, it's not a classic keyboard. It's actually something that came out into the 2000s. It's a great stage keyboard, but at the same time, because so many Keytars require some kind of sound module, some sort of box, that's how I found the Volcas. So what is so astronomically cool about the Volcas is that they're small, they're versatile, they have great sound, and they can teach you a lot about synthesis for a fraction of the price of getting a big hardware synth. This is the Volca FM. This is a great way to delve into FM synthesis without paying big bucks for an FM synthesizer. You could plug in your MIDI controller into one of these little boxes and plug this guy into external speakers and get incredible sounds and do incredible editing. Now, once you've learned how to edit or how to make a sequence in any of the Volcas, you can do it in all of them. They're all basically made with the same sequencer. They're all made with the MIDI capabilities, whether it be MIDI in or out. You can do patches. You could sync them all with each other. You could sync them with external drum machines and external sequencers. Now, again, there's a big argument if Volcas are little toys or if Volcas are serious synthesizers. Now, I'm kind of on the fence with that. You can call them toys because they're not big-ass hardware synths that are super expensive. But at the same time, is you can make really complicated sounds and sequences with a Volca. And you could work with them live if you really needed to. You could program them. There's multiple sequences you could program into a Volca. So, plus, when it comes to the Volca samplers, you could program different Volca samples. You could program a multitude of samples into your Volca sample. So, I am delving into this beautiful, what everybody loves and what nobody reads is the instructions. You got plenty of those and in different languages. Okay. Now, I'm that geek who reads the instructions. I'm that geek who looks up the directions before you leave for the place. All right. So, unlike other modular setups, you can't make sounds with the module alone without using patch cables. With the Volca, you can immediately turn it on and start playing. Now, of course, you're going to use your patch cables in order to change that sound and to use a sequence and all of that, but I'm really just opening it up and making sounds out of it. And I will maybe plug in a cable here and there, but I honestly don't know what I'm doing. So if I make something work, it's completely by accident. It has nothing to do with skill. I've only watched 1 or 2 videos on the Volca Modular. I'm more happy about setting this up in the studio than actually becoming some modular wizard. All right. Again, I'm excited because I finally have all the original Volcas. And most likely I will get the new Volca FM eventually. Not sure if I'm going to run after the new Volca sample because I already have a couple of Volca samples and you could reprogram how many samples you want inside of it. And you could wipe all the samples you want and reprogram your own. So I'm not sure if I need the new one. All right. Let's see what this guy can do. And by the way, I'm doing this upside down. I'm actually doing this like on my phone. Let's see. Whew. Ooh, I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of excited. All right. Ooh, okay. You got a nice, sounds like a nice square wave. Let's see if we already have a program sequence in there. There you go. So, from what I've seen, basically you're supposed to use your patch cables in order to change your tone, to change the sequence. And I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try. Come on. Whew. All right. That did something. No? Okay. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Pretty cute. I'm loving this little box already. Now again, don't know quite what I'm doing. I do know that you start with your sound source. You edit it through a whole bunch of different knobs. I don't know where to start from. But like running a cell phone, usually I play with all the buttons until I know how everything works. That might or might not work with this. Ooh. Nice. Now that is the Volca Modular. Now again, have no idea how to program this guy. I will most likely use it for meditation. I will use it to make weird sounds and edit. Again, let's scope the studio. So, on that wall, all floating shelves. The entire wall is going to be floating shelves. All the Volcas will be on the floating shelves, sequencers, cool stuff like that. And on this side, it's all going to be Keytars up and down. The entire wall will be Keytar. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the lighting. I know a lot of people on YouTube do that like string lighting. The LED lights in the corners, I might do that. It might look cool, it might look basic, but everyone's doing it. Thank you for being with me. Hugs, health, happiness, and Keytars from Keytar Chris in Las Vegas.